Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited. We will be doing a full day wear test on the new #1 Chanel foundation that was just released yesterday. We will also be doing swatch comparisons and somewhat of a wear test on these cheek and lip balms that were released with the collection. If you're interested in seeing how it works on my 40-year-old mature or maturing skin with combination oily skin type, then just keep watching. Hi guys, so thank you so much for clicking on my video. Today I'm so excited because you guys know that on my channel there's two things I really love: foundations and eyeshadow. And so today we're going to be doing a full day wear test on the new #1 Chanel foundation. This is from the newly released Camellia collection. It released with some skincare, a skin mist, the foundation, and then these cheek and lip balms. I'll be honest, I really wasn't looking to purchase this. It really wasn't on my radar. I'm very busy with some personal stuff at the moment. But when I saw that the collection was coming to Ulta and it would be available in select stores, I kind of just peeked on the Ulta site, and it happened to be that my local Ulta did have them in stock at the store. So I kind of just drove over there and picked them up. Today is the second full day that I'll be wearing this foundation. It was important for me to do a wear test under certain conditions because this is very pricey, you guys. This retails for $70. And, when it comes to luxury, I definitely have greater expectations. In addition to that, I want to be able to be thorough in my thoughts that I provide to you because it is a lot of money. It's $70. So between yesterday and today, I'll share my thoughts and, kind of how it worked for me to give you a better idea. Now, again, my skin type is combination oily. Right now it's the winter, so I'm a little bit drier in the perimeters of my face, but I still do get quite a bit of oil production in my T-zone. Typically with any foundation, I definitely have to blot at least once or twice throughout the day, especially if I'm out and about on meetings or work. And so I always like to kind of give you that background so that you understand what kind of skin type I'm working with. The shade that I picked is BR42, which is the same shade that I have in my other Chanel foundations. I found it to be exactly what the other foundation matches are for me, and I thought it worked perfectly actually. Now, this Chanel #1 line, or this Camellia release, is a clean line that they have apparently been developing for almost a decade. And so it's sort of a big deal for Chanel, and I'm excited. They did release some skincare. I didn't pick it up. I might go back and pick it up. I am running low on an eye cream, so I might go back for that. The reason that I didn't is because typically with luxury skincare, I really don't like how much fragrance they put in it. I don't know that the fragrance is very heavy in this skincare line, but that's what initially made me decide to kind of skip on it for now. I'll go back and check and see if it's something that I want to invest in, but it's luxury skincare, so it's going to come at a higher price point. Now, these cheek and lip balms retail for $45 each. I picked up two shades. I picked up Wake Up Pink, which is like a corally pinky color. And then I also picked up the shade Vital Beige, and I thought that these were the two that stood out to me. I am a little worried that because of my combination oily skin, I might have an issue with these slipping and sliding all over the place. I didn't try these yesterday when I did my first full day wear test. So I'll be trying them today, and we'll just kind of see how it goes. I did very lightly take this one and kind of pop it on my lips yesterday, and it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, you have to have a lip balm on first and then this because it was a little bit drying, but I always find that to be the case with these cheek and lip combo products. So, I wasn't too impressed, but I mean, I haven't used it on the cheeks, which is what I really want it for anyway. Yesterday, I applied half of my face with my fingers, which is normally my method of application these days with these lighter skin tints. And then on this side of the face, I went in with a brush. I can tell you that I got the exact same coverage on both sides. I didn't feel like the foundation performed differently because of the application method. And so today, I'm just gonna go in with a brush. Now, this is supposed to be a lighter coverage foundation from the Chanel line, which I'm really excited about because the Chanel foundation that was released last year was just way too full coverage for me. I did not really enjoy it. That being said, the Velvet foundation is a very, very beautiful foundation that I really, really love for summer use. It's kind of mattifying and a little bit drying. But here in Texas, it's hot, it's humid, and so it does work for me during the spring and summer, not necessarily during the winter time. So when they said hydrating and glowy, like I was all about it. Of course, I was a little concerned that my skin might be too oily for it, but I still wanted to try it. You know, last year was the year of skin tints, and so this is something that I definitely wanted to give it a good go. So it does claim that with prolonged use, like 30 days plus of use, it does have some skincare benefits. It does have camellia extract. It'll make your skin look plumper and healthier and bouncier, it says. Help with wrinkles. I mean, all kinds of stuff. I don't really know that I believe that foundations can improve the skin's condition over time. That being said, I'm probably working with like a collection of 50 or 60 plus foundations, so I don't use the same foundation every day. Let me know if you're interested in me doing like a full 30-day wear test to see if I notice any differences in my skin, and I can definitely do that. But for the most part, you know, a foundation is a foundation, and that's kind of what I'm working with. Now, this is a frosted glass container. It does come with a pump, which I feel like dispenses smaller pump sizes than we're used to seeing with other foundations. There it is. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start applying it. I am going in with a BK Beauty 106 brush, which is the brush I used yesterday, and it seemed to work very nicely. See, it instantly did even out the tone of my skin. This is no foundation. This is with foundation, so it's definitely lighter coverage. Let me finish the rest of my face and then we'll see if we can build it up. Okay, so that's what it looks like in my entire face. I did go down the neck a little bit and I used almost 2 pumps of coverage. I still have some left there. So I'm just gonna use that little bit and build up a little bit in this area. I really don't like, you know, anything more than like light coverage, but I just want to see if it builds up a little bit because it is light coverage. It's exactly what I love, but I just want to see if I can build it up a little bit. I think a little bit, but again, not too much. It does look radiant and glowy on my skin. I do love that. That was what was worrying me though, like on my combo oily skin, like how's that gonna work? So I have some initial thoughts that I'll share after the application. So this is what it looks like, just, you know, 2 pumps of coverage all over my face. I did try to build it up a little bit here, and it did build up nicely, but again, very, very lightly. So it builds up in very light layers of coverage. I'm going to finish the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Okay, so I put a little bit of concealer. I used my Kosas concealer, Best of Beauty 2021. And then I did a little bit of bronzer, my Chanel bronzer. And so now I wanted to come back on because I am going to set my T-zone a little bit. I'm going to use my Chanel loose powder. This is in the shade 30. And it's a translucent loose setting powder, but I love it. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, now I want to tell you guys something. Today is the second day that I'm using this foundation, and exactly the reason why I'm only setting my T-zone with powder. Yesterday, because I was a little concerned about how dewy or glowy it would be, I set my entire face with powder. And I felt like, again, the perimeters of my face were a little too dry. And, you know, it's winter. It makes sense. I'm not as oily as I am during the summer. But that's why today I only want to set my T-zone. That's all that's needed, in my opinion. And that is one thing that I think is extremely important to share is, although it claims to be a skin tint, lighter coverage, glowy, healthy, luminous foundation, Although it does give the luminosity and the healthy glow appearance, it's not as dewy or as glowy and oily as you might imagine. So for combination oily skin types, I think we can definitely use this. For sure, you'll have to set it, and that's okay. That's part of my normal routine anyway. But during the winter, I can go without setting the perimeters of my face, and I'll be fine. I'm interested to see what it will work for me during the summer, and I'll definitely make sure and test that. Okay, so very beautiful finish with this powder. I love this powder so much. Now what we're gonna do is I'm going to take just a clean BK Beauty 106, not the one I used for my foundation, and we're gonna try out these cheek balms. It looks like, I mean, the container's cute. You get, how much do you get in here? You get 0.23 ounces, so it's not huge. The size reminds me of like the putty blushes, or yeah, like the elf putty blushes that released last year. So they're not too big. This is the first shade, and you can see it's pretty balmy. It looks like a balm. So we'll see. I mean, even though the perimeters of my face are a little dry right now, like, we'll see what it works like on my skin type for the day. So this one is shade number 4, Wake Up Pink, and it's like this corally color. I feel like I don't have this color in a cream blush, so that's why I was attracted to it. There's the swatch there. It's pretty light in coverage. And then we have this one, which is Vital Beige, and I thought this was not only an interesting name, but an interesting color. I thought that was really, really pretty. So let me swatch that for you. Ooh, yeah, this is beautiful. And that's Vital Beige right there. That's really pretty. So Wake Up Pink, Vital Beige. I think I'm going to go with Vital Beige today, actually. I think it's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip my fingers in it. I don't know that I love the container, the packaging, like sticking your fingers in it. Obviously, I'll make sure my fingers are clean when I use it. I'm the only one using the product, but it's still kind of you know. So, but I'm going to stick my fingers in there, get a good little swatch of product, and then just kind of tap, tap, tap. Yeah, it feels like sticky, like a balm. I'm interested in seeing like what it lasts like today, because I did not try this yesterday. I only tried the foundation. Ooh, that's very pretty. Let me build it up a little bit more. So although it's really, really sticky when you start, it does spread very nicely and evenly with a brush. So I do like that. Ooh. Okay, that looks so pretty, you guys. I'm not going to set the cheeks in any way, like this area. I'm just going to spray my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. I did set my T-zone, and we're just going to see how it does. My foundation still feels a little sticky, so we'll see. Okay, so we have a full face done. Again, I only set in the T-zone. I finished my eyes. If you guys are wondering about the eyeshadow, it is a Chanel quad. It's the 364 Candor et Seduction. It was from last year's, maybe, yeah, 2020 holiday collection, maybe. Really, really cute. So I set with the Charlotte Tilbury spray, as you guys saw. It's 10 o'clock right now. I've had the foundation on for about 30 minutes or so. We'll start our foundation application time at 9:30, and we're probably gonna take it for about 8 hours, 10 hours, we'll see. Now, I wanted to quickly tell you a little bit about yesterday. I put the foundation on. Like I said, I used my fingers on this side, the brush on this side, and I used very minimal products. Like I think I used a powder blush and that was it. But I did have to run to the hospital. So then when I ran to the hospital to go see my husband, I did have a mask on. You know, sometimes it gets like really warm under the mask and foundation tends to move or it comes off on your mask. I didn't notice any makeup on my mask. I'm not claiming that it's transfer proof. I'm just saying that I didn't notice a whole lot of anything on my mask. And I did have my mask on for about 3 hours. And then also what I noticed is that I did have to blot maybe like 3 or 4 hours in. And so that gives you a little bit of context. I did set my entire face with powder yesterday, and I felt like it was just a little too dry in this area for my liking, which is why today I only set the T-zone with powder. But that's pretty much what I can tell you at this point. I will go ahead and cut into like a natural light shot of what it looks like right now. And then we'll probably do like a midday check-in on my phone or whatever. And then I'll come back at the end of the night so that you can see what it looks like and I can give you my final thoughts. Really quick before we go out, I'll use some of the same that I used on my cheeks, this balm for my lips. And I did put a little bit of gloss underneath because yesterday it was a little drying. But let me just... Okay, I think it's kind of interesting because it feels really balmy on the lips, but on the skin, it's still a tiny bit tacky, but not too much. So we'll see how it lasts throughout the day. Okay, so this is what it looks like in natural daylight. It looks really, really pretty, you guys. Let me see if I can get up close. Luminous, but not like crazy glowy or oily, which I absolutely love. We are going to see. I'm so interested to see what these cheek balms do. So we'll see. Again, it's about 10 a.m. I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Okay, so 6-hour check-in. Oh my God, you guys, we're doing really, really good. I have not blotted at all. I did go out for lunch. I had a mask on. And then at some point I completely forgot that I had foundation on or whatever. And I was like going in on my nose and it did not like scrape off like I thought that it would be. It's looking good. I'm so excited. I think it's looking really good. I'm probably going to wait to blot until the end of the night with you guys so that we can see how it freshens up or whatever. But it looks really good. And you guys, look at the blush. I am so impressed. Remember, we didn't set the blush with a powder blush or even powder. All we did was the setting spray and it looks really, really good. So I'm excited. Doesn't it look so pretty? It looks pretty. It is a little oily. Look, I'm going to get it up in there. It is a little oily, but not like crazy or anything like that. So very impressed, very excited. I'll see you guys at the end of the night. Hi guys. Okay, it's the end of the day almost. It's been about 8 hours since I put the foundation on. I have you up a little close so that you can kind of see what my skin is doing. Just like my last check-in, you guys, I am so excited about this foundation. I am a little oily, so we're going to blot and touch up in just a second. But I just, you know, with wearing it all day yesterday, even under my mask and everything, and then wearing it today, like I feel pretty confident in saying like if it looks this good 8 hours in, without blotting, without touching up, I have been drinking and eating. I did wear a mask for a bit, like then it's gonna look good for another 2 to 4 hours. I mean, just based on how long I wore it yesterday, just so you know. I did wear it yesterday for about 12 hours. And by the 12th hour, it didn't look as fresh or as good, but it had just very nicely and evenly kind of worn off. And I mean, right now I have the blush on, which I'll get to in a second. And I only blotted in this section here. And I love it. I think it looks wonderful. The blushes are a very, very nice surprise. Again, I didn't know if, you know, they feel kind of balmy. I didn't think they were going to last as long as they did. But, I mean, you can still see them. You know, you could still see it. It's not as bright as it was in the morning. But, I mean, I didn't use that much. And it's a balm on combination oily skin, you know. So, very, very impressed with that as well. I think I want to go back and get the mist. I think I do. One of my friends told me she was in the store and it had a really nice, clean, fresh scent. Not overpowering, so I think I might want to try that, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to blot and kind of freshen everything back up so that we can close out the video. I have my trusty Tatcha oil blotting sheets. So I know sensitive classes look away. This is what we do with our foundation reviews. So I'm gonna just take the sheet. Definitely oily. That is a lot. However, it's not terribly oily. I mean, the sheet is saturated, but I have done reviews where, you know, one sheet is not enough. I can tell you just by looking at it closely here. First of all, it looks brand new and fresh, just like when I applied it. Let's go ahead and just brush some powder over it. So I have my BK Beauty 102, just a light fluffy brush to just freshen this up. I think it looks great. It looks brand spanking new. It touches up perfectly. Absolutely zero foundation transferred onto the sheet. I mean, that is part of the sheet's job, but at the same time, I have tested foundations that just kind of slide right off, especially with the oil production, but there's no foundation on my oil blotting sheet. Very excited. So all in all, my final thoughts, I think that this is a beautiful, beautiful foundation. I think that it does work well for all skin types, especially during the colder months for the oily skin types. I will definitely be trying it in the summer, making sure that I, you know, set everything down correctly with a good powder, make sure that if I need a mattifying primer, I use that. And I just really, really like what the results were. I'm very excited that there's another Chanel foundation that I have fallen in love with, and I'm just really, really happy about the level of coverage that I get with it. I'm very excited about these blushes. I think they're great. I don't think I'll necessarily go back for more shades. I think that these were the two shades that stood out to me. So, definitely happy that I have those. And yeah, I think it's worth your money. It's a lot of money, but I think that if you like luxury makeup or you've been wanting to try a Chanel foundation and you don't necessarily like the full coverage foundations that they have in their line already, this would be an amazing option for you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are. Are you getting the foundation? I will have another foundation review coming probably by Sunday. I just ordered the Charlotte Tilbury foundation as well, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, January is off to a really good start. So thanks again for watching. Love you guys. Bye.